What's going on, guys? Proof here, and today we're coming with episode 22 of the Proof Positive Podcast. Today I'm joined with Korikai.
Hey.
And Chops himself.
Hello.
Ooh, that was kind of...
Right, that was kind of rough. You good over there, man? Some water?
You want to try again? Oh, you gotta take a little bit of water. You gotta take a Powerade break.
You gotta take a little sip. Sip and sip.
Alright, you good? You good? You shaking it off? Alright, and Chops himself.
Hello. Oh, God, Jesus. I'm going through puberty, clearly.
Right? Crack voice.
Okay, forget that. Hello.
And before we start, I just want to say Happy Father's Day to the guys out there that are holding it down for the fathers that are still hanging around. The fathers that are good to their kids, good to their families. I lost my dad a year ago in October of last year. So this is my first Father's Day without him around. So a little bittersweet of a day. But not going to let it deter the podcast. And what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about teams for a little bit.
You know, without our third team member, but it's fine.
I know without Nice because he didn't want to get up and chill with the squad this morning. Even though,
oh, man, y'all eating? Well, I don't want to get up and eat. And then y'all going to talk? I don't want to use my throat for stuff.
Right? Even though it is lunchtime now, so he might be up.
He not up.
He playing Overwatch or something like that. And Chops, he also participated in teams before he sold his soul for some nice chinga.
Chinga.
Cash, Skrilla, Guap.
Alright, let's walk away.
What audience do you think you're appealing to?
It's bad when your dog walks away. Like, I'm not dealing with this right now.
Chill. I'm appealing to the
people that came straight off the pen.
To the worldwide audience, cause you know I'm worldwide. You ain't know. I got fans over in Asia.
Same.
Got broad there.
No. I said fans.
As long as they understand, they could be fans what they want.
And so we'll start off. We talk since Korikai and I were a team together. We can talk about our experiences at the same time. So you can go ahead first, Korikai.
Oh my.
I'll start off by saying that personally, our team went 6-1 and technically a tie, but ties in Bushiroad events are double losses. Even though I wish ties were taken as a 1 point for each team type of thing, because then that would have changed the whole dynamic of our tournament. But I digress. Go ahead, Korikai.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Korikai's gonna rant a little bit later too about.
I'm gonna rant now.
Oh
I'm
well.
gonna rant later.
Wow. Hold up.
Time.
Wow. You gonna rant now?
I'm gonna rant as part of my explanation for teams, but not my actual rant. And then I got my rant because rant.
All right. Go ahead. Go for it.
So, tournament starts. Tensional card fighters. We're hype. We're sitting there. We have no opposing team sitting across from us. And I'm just like, okay, how's it going to work? By the way, I was seat A, and I've never been seat A ever. So I'm just sitting there, and I'm nervous. I'm like, bruh, I don't want to play against, like, Kagero or, like, some random tech that they just randomly threw in seat A that screws me over. Maybe, sometimes. Playing Freeze Ray Messiah, by the way. And they come, like, right before, like, opening ceremonies ends, and she, like, fills her deck out on the table, and her deck list is all flopping. I'm just like, alright, I see a Blizza. I mean, like, not that I'm trying to be like, yeah, I see what you're playing. I'm about to keep my mulligan all nice and sweet and stuff. I'm just like, okay, it's clearly in front of me. I need to look at it. I'm just like, oh gosh, you're playing Husbandos.
Sword boys. Token. It's not legal Rambu.
Too much trash Rambu.
And in my head, I'm just like, oh my god, what do these cards do? Okay, that's once a turn. That can't hit. That can't do things. So he's like, oh man, is everybody ready to start? And I'm just like, she's still shuckling. She's been shuckling for the last 5 minutes. Stop shuckling. Let me cut so we can start. So it was like, okay, I don't know what that starter does, but that's not the starter that you're supposed to play. So I feel okay. Right, swing, okay. Nothing. Damage, heal trigger, I'll just leave it there. What? No. Triggers are mandatory, and as much as I wish that you were alright 2 damage right now, you have to heal. Just do it. Draw trigger, second check, no, you draw that. You draw that. Oh my god.
So clearly this person had not played very much Vanguard up to now.
This is going to be a very, very big test of my patience right now. So I'm just like, okay, I'm not gonna do any tricks or anything. I'm just go into Amnesty. And it's like, what does Amnesty do? It gets a crit. It gets a crit. Well, why does your strike get a crit? Why don't I get strike with crits? Like but you have one. Whatever. 40 and a crit at them. I'm not gonna guard that. Excelix, 26 and a crit. I'm not gonna guard that either. But I can strike in the Blizza. What does Blizza do? Counter blast 1. Okay, I'll do that now. It's like, but it says when it attacks. Like, it was just like, tell me if I'm doing stuff wrong. And I'm just like, as much as a jerk that I don't want to be, I feel like at an event this large, I shouldn't have to backseat duel my opponent.
Mm-hmm.
So, the last time I strode into my second Excelix. And I was like, I declared that the 5K was going to Vanguard because I used the skill. But I said I swung for 26.
Oh, yeah, I remember this because I had finished by then.
So, she was like, what did you say? And I'm like, swing for 26. And I was like, oh no, but it's 31. I'm like, oh, 31. You didn't say that the last time. You know what? Scope! I scope! I want to play no more! I was like, but she only gave me one to pass. My first trigger was a draw, so it wouldn't matter then. Like...
So tell me you had the round 1 bye. What you telling me?
Kinda? Like, RNG is still a thing, but like...
I'm surprised she lived to see the second Excelix turn, considering she took both crit swings with the Vanguard.
And no trigger checks at all for any of my swings. I was like, okay, need to get this bad mojo out of my system. Didn't even check her hand. Like, the assault was real. I was like, nope, walk it away. It's fine. Like, normally I wouldn't do that, but I can't.
Now, do you want to audible this, and then we can talk about my game? That way we can go through each round, like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So this round I played their Grand Blue player. That's kind of a tongue twister.
It's only one word.
Grand Blue player. No, Grand Blue player.
Terrible.
And he was playing Night Mist version. And all I really remember was that he strode first. He was on Night Mist, the break ride. He strode into Mayred instead of going into Night Mist stride.
Oh, no.
Got one card off of it, off of Mayred, instead of getting the 2 cards off of Night Mist stride. He attacked me, I lived, and then I miracle aced him. Boom, poof, pow, surprise. Also, I do remember that I missed my grade 1, passed the turn because I went first. Went back to me, I had the G assist for the grade 1, and then I hit 3 draw triggers between riding the 1 and going into my grade 3 turn. So I kind of made up for the G assist. And so that helped a lot. But he got miracle aced, and then that was that. Not really a big story there.
I feel like this is going to be how all your games end.
Minus the ones I lost.
And then I hit him for 67 6 times, and he died after.
I mean, I went into miracle ace. He had 5 cards in hand.
Like game 2, Korikai. All right, stuff. Game 2,
Miracle
Fruit,
ace.
GB free, Chops.
Legit. Crunch.
Crunch.
Crunch and crits.
Let's see, do you want to go into yours
My
with
round
us?
1 was terrible. But there's some nice guys. I played, what was it? Oh yeah, Sanctuary Guard. Yeah.
Lock his board, tell him to go.
Pretty much, but I don't know. It was just weird. I just did get to 1. And I get to 2.
Must be nice.
And I get to 3.
Wait, you needed everything? Wow. And you won?
That was post. I lost.
Oh,
That was
I'm going to say.
That was post mulligan. I had to get to 1, get to 2, and get to 3.
What was your hand 5 triggers?
No, it was like it was spare runner triggers. It was just really, really bad. Like, I spent so much time GSing. I had like a 4 card G's on my end of it, trust me. It's terrible.
Round 2?
Mirror match.
Hey.
No, not A. No, not mirror match. Genesis.
Ew, what?
I don't remember
So
this.
you had a round 2 bye then.
I do remember this because this is the one where
I
Nice
remember this match specifically for 2 reasons.
helping a little kid.
Right? He was like, oh man, you had 6 damage? It's cool.
You can take it
You
back.
can take that back. You can go back to 5.
Smack me in the face.
Even the little kid's teammate was like, just read what the card does, or like listen to what he's saying. He was trying to tell the kid the right way how to learn. This was like, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. You only need this to guard. Like, I understand him being nice. However,
Oh, was it the 2 dudes Blue shirts from that GameStop? Not GameStop.
Nah, I think I remember this dude from last year that I faced, but it was like he was wearing a black shirt, wore glasses. I think he wore a hat. I never got people's names, which I wish I did.
Yeah.
Looking back,
I did.
I only remember the one guy,
Whose name was?
David. So, I remember this match because he G-assisted to get the free. He whipped, and he didn't rewrite. He caught 2 twos to the side. So, he swung with Vanguard first, as opposed to swing with rears. No, he swung with rear.
oh, so he was already on
I
freeze
guarded
ray.
it. He swung with Vanguard. I got a draw trigger. I top deck freeze ray, rode freeze ray, went into Sea Breeze, used Gravity Well to lock the starter because I didn't have a way to I didn't have a way to stride, so I locked the starter to get Alter Ego so I could do the next turn. And then when he strode, he went straight into Vanguard, thinking that freeze ray's lock was the limit break skill.
No.
Yeah.
I do that all the time, Joe.
And then I locked his board for the rest of the game, and all his Vanguarders were just straight Vanguard swings. It was like Vanguard, and like, no PG. No PG. Oh, those are going? I'm good.
I know how this works.
I love that.
For me, I faced Chaos this round. And again, I went first, missed my one, passed the turn. He went, attacked me. I checked Frog Raider. I drew my turn into the second Frog Raider, rode that, used Mega Train to get the third Frog Raider, because I only had 3 Frog Raiders at the time in this deck. And then it just went, go.
GB3?
No. I actually got lucky this game because...
You mean what you do all the time?
For real.
Calm down, chill.
I'm gonna check this heal. You see me? Yeah, heal.
Got it.
I was at 4 damage when he went into Universe the first time. And he locked down one of my front rows, but thankfully I was playing smart. Didn't have anything to the side for him to lock down later so I could still Frog Raider shenanigans. He attacked Vanguard, and I had the intention to use my G Guardian because I had no PG. And so I was like, no guard. He checked the crit, and then 2 blanks, passed the power to the rear guard. Healed out of the crit trigger, used my G Guardian to survive, and then by the time I had enough soul to hit him with the GB3, and I won the game. Took him from 2 to dead on Miracle Ace. Chill. Survival. That's what it was. And then he was like, we shook hands afterwards, and he was just like, that GB3, man, I gotta know what to do. I was like, hey, it could have been differently if G Guardians didn't exist. So Miracle Ace is 2-0 right now. Because it was all on the back of Miracle Ace. They can't see you doing that.
I know. So
Chops.
round 2, I played the Grand Blue Kids, the team that you guys placed. And I played Grand Blue Guy. So I have a decent hand. I'm like, hey, I have Chaos Breaker, I have a generic 2, and I have a 1. We're not stuck. This dude, alright, plays his 1, pass, play my 1, I swing at him, whatever. I get a crit probably, I don't care. So, this dude rides to 2, makes an entire board, looks me dead in my eye, and swings. I'm just like, boy. I'm just like, alright, right, Chaos Breaker, I'm sorry. Why? You'll see.
Lock down the front row.
I didn't let him have a board for at least 6 turns.
Lock down his front row. Lock down his other front row.
Locked his forerunner in his front row, and I just sat there just poking him slowly. He goes
Chill.
Night Rose, I'm like,
So
Night Rose
knowing
where?
Chops, he was like, Chaos Breaker skill. Put the starter into the soul. Get this crit. Show you this crit. Lock the Forerunner. Play Photon. Lock. Swing for 9. Swing for 11. Crit. Heal.
Pretty much.
That's right. Photon isn't like Legion restricted or anything. It just says if you got a lock card.
Should be.
It should be something. It should be Counter Blast or Making Him or something.
Should be.
Should be Soul Blast.
If your Vanguard is in Legion.
Whoa.
It could have been.
Whoa.
It
wasn't,
definitely could have been.
That's not funny, guys.
You playing
I'd be
a set
playing
of
Iron.
right
I'd be
now.
playing a set of Iron. But, yeah. He was like Night Rose, like the Stride version. I'm like, where are you putting those at?
Right.
Where?
This is vanilla right now.
He was like, I'm going to put him in the back row. Why?
I mean, unless he was playing cannon thingy thing
No.
to draw a card, that's one thing I would put in the back row.
I think his deck was Night Rose, Night Mist, Break Ride. Like, Fusion Piss.
It was.
And it was Piss. And then, I went to Amnesty because I was bored. And he died after. So you also play Amnesty.
Round 3.
Now this is the mirror. This was the match against David.
Now, I don't remember what I faced this time around. I think this was the Shadow Kit where I got grade locked at.
One.
Because this was the repair round, wasn't it?
Was it?
Because we sat down.
I remember
I thought
this was the
4.
match that Nice played against Nubatama.
Yeah.
Because the match after this one was the match that we tied.
Yeah. So this one was all right. So Korikai can explain his. What happened to me was I missed my grade 3, got wrecked by Shadow Paladins. That was round 3 for me. Short and sweet. It was on Diablo. I was like, that is Death Spray Dragon. We lose. Because I was like, even if I do, because Shadows is a bad matchup for Spike Brothers because we have to overcommit stuff we don't want to use so that we don't get blown out by Diablo. And then if I do something like that, they can always go into Spectral and then try to do the restand stuff to still take the win. So it's like, I got to commit this draw trigger behind Vanguard so that if you do all the things, I can still sack 2 things and then protect myself from Diablo. So it's all in all, it's a rough matchup. It's winnable. It's just not
Favorable.
It's not like playing solitaire like other clans type thing where I can't like normal stuff into GB3 and win the game. So it's a little more thought processy. Go ahead.
I remember the match specifically because of the fact that I had my Asha sleeves on my stride zone, and they were talking about how he didn't want to run into Messiah, and I'm just sitting there in my mind laughing like, ha ha ha, it's the mirror, ha 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 ha. And I flip over, I mulligan into like the worst hand ever. It was like 1 trigger, freeze ray. And I was like, ugh. He's like, oh, this matchup is so bad. I was like, if you saw my hand, you would be thinking otherwise right now. So I went second, swung in, got a draw trigger, drew into a trigger, had the G assist into an arrestor Messiah, and then every stride turn I had the stride with 2 cards. I was just like, this sucks.
We are losing.
Literally, the only reason I won is because I top decked an arrestor Messiah. I strode and had this really crappy board, and I was like, alter ego skill, lock here, call arrestor, call booster, swing for 31 and a crit, and he's just like, 2 to pass, and I'm just like, I don't care. I am YOLOing. I have no other way to win this game. Crit, all of that crit, crit.
Oh, so you
Crit.
Wow.
Power.
So he hit this man with 5 crit.
This man lost the whole game. This man lost the set. Okay, sure.
He was like, really? Wow.
Spectacular.
I think this guy was like, if I top
Yeah,
deck
he
or
was
drew
like,
a
I had a arrestor at any point, you were dead. I was like,
you're not wrong.
not wrong. I'm
No,
glad
I
you
still
didn't
beat
get
that
it.
up.
Glad you didn't get it.
That's the awkward part about the Chaos Messiah, because you have to split between the 2 styles of decks. So you may be playing like less Arrestor Messiah, stuff like that. Like, did you ever
I was
explain?
like, unlock your board. He was like, He was like, well, crunch that. Like, it's weird when you don't have the resources, because it's like I want that to happen, but at the same time, I wish it wasn't there. Mm-hmm. Like, he was like, Chaos Universe skill. I was like, I don't mean nothing. You can take this trigger. I got him for days. When it was like swing, and I'm like, crap. Oh, I need that. I need a 10K. No, come back. But no, it was a struggle.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, on your amnesty turn, unlocks GB2, Soul Blast 4, draw 4, trigger. Not a PG. 10K for days.
And then I remember Nice's game just because his opponent at one point had like 16 cards in his hand.
Where I was like, we lose.
I know, like well, we're like shake hands, and then his opponent had no PG somehow, and then Nice was playing Angel Feathers, no CL version, the version that annoys the crap out of everybody in Vanguard right now, and he just ref rose looped until obscene levels, and his opponent had to pass his Vanguard with like 4 or 5 cards out of his hand. And then he attacked with a restanding unit in terms of a stand trigger. His opponent used the G Guardian, the FC one, but did not understand the interaction between
I was so excited.
the called unit and Yasuie's GB2 skill. And so
like, it's a free booster.
his opponent could have put the body, it goes to the hand, right? Or it goes to the board. So he could have had the unit on the board because he survived Nice's turn, but then he had raw vanilla Vanguard for 11 when he could have had a full column somewhere somehow and probably had enough to push through because Nisa's hand was low at that point. So at this point we're 3-0.
Like, yeah, doing good.
Going into round 4.
Wait, so we're talking about 3 or we're talking about 4 now?
3.
Talking about free.
3. I don't remember, but I crushed.
You crunched?
Yeah, I don't remember much about, but I just crunched a lot. Like, and my first lost round 1 and I lost round 4, so that was it. So
This is a dead zone game?
yeah, it's dead zone. I just won.
That's fair. Let's see, round 4 for us, we faced, I faced Gold Paladin against this. The guys were cool, or at least the guy that I faced was cool. And then I think the guy Korikai faced was pretty cool.
It was cool, but that match was super fast because I had 2G assist into a 1. Could not guard anything, crit. Couldn't guard Great Ring, crit. By the time I strode, I was already at 5 damage. Freeze rate meant absolutely nothing. And I'm just like, well, I can't guard that. Crit, draw, heal. Like, oh my god, this match is all types of awful.
Mine was pretty similarly fast too. It was normal Spike Brothers stuff of accumulating little bits of damage, accumulating charge units, and then hit him with a big Miracle Ace turn at the end that he couldn't do much about. So my game, and then we had to sit there and wait for Nice to finish. In this game, Nice was facing Shadows, Revenger version. And by the time I was done, I saw that they were both at 2 or 3 damage. And I was like, what is happening here? Because I wasn't paying attention. I did not know at this point that Nice had already used both his Raphaels. And his opponent, I'm guessing his opponent either critical or healed out a lot, or Nice was doing that thing he does where he pokes a lot at the rear guards without putting much pressure on the Vanguard.
Probably.
Bam, Vanguard. Like, the rear guards don't mean anything.
Like, I know they need them for sacking.
That's it.
But Nice is a very defensive player, almost to a fault. And so he likes throwing his Vanguard at rear guards at potentially inopportune moments type thing. And so that's the only thing I can think of for him being, unless his opponent pulled a lot of heal triggers, they were both at 3 damage, which means Nice was getting pressured a lot because he already used both his Raphaels at that point. But we went to time in this game, and that's when all the shenanigans went down. The big thing Nice will talk about was an improper shuffle from his opponent after he did, which skill was it?
The Unicorn from GD4.
Yeah, because he played the Unicorn behind his Vanguard, did the skill, looked at the top 2, put 1 into the damage, or is that how it goes? Look at the top 2. That's right, because he moved Unicorn into the damage zone, brought it back out from the damage zone, looked at the top 2, put 1 in, and then put 1 to the bottom. And he put the deck on his playmat, and his opponent picked it up and started to shuffle it. And that's when Nice called Judge. He was looking very conflicted. I was confused why he looked so conflicted at this moment in time.
What? Why he?
He did the thing where he threw his hands on his head and was like, I gotta call Judge, and then he threw his hand up and called Judge. I was like, if you don't just call Judge on this man.
In the back of his head, he was thinking about letting it slide. That's why.
He doesn't what?
He was thinking about letting it slide. That's why.
Yeah. And Nice was letting a lot of things go. But
like, that match, if I was in his position, that match would have irked me just because it's like too much time being spent. Like you know they're like 5 minutes into the round, 10 minutes into the round, and I'm doing all my stuff. I know how my deck works. I start my turn, and you draw your card for your turn, and you sit there for 5 minutes figuring out if you should Legion or not.
Yeah, his opponent spent a lot of time thinking about stuff, in which Nice could have called his opponent for slow playing, because he wasn't doing any kind of action to progress the game state. He was sitting there thinking. And a little bit of thinking is okay, but he spent a solid minute and a half trying to figure out if he was going to Legion or if he was going to Stride or if he was going to just attack with a vanilla
Also, he did
Vanguard.
a lot of misplays.
Who?
He was like call Blast of Dark Revenger skill, counter blast 1, kill that dude in the front. It's like, no, it's Grey One Lord, increase your card, dude.
Like, what would it... If it was like a really strict environment in that case, would it be a whiff skill and he just lost the counter blast type thing? Like, for improper skill?
For top 8, he would have lost the skill.
Okay. And then he did Diablo wrong in that he counterblast but didn't flip off. didn't flip a copy, and then started his attack, I believe, at one point.
Call him on this?
No, Nice never called anything. He also did an improper trigger or damage check because Nice attacked the rear guard.
He took the damage.
Yeah, like Nice, if he was being scumbaggy, he could have got the guy DQ'd for a lot of rule infractions.
That's too much there.
And like, since you didn't call it in the moment it happened, when it came to time when he
also kept that card on the top of his deck.
He didn't shuffle?
No.
Yeah.
These two notes.
And like I know you don't want to be a rule shark of these things because
you're big in it, you have to be a rule shark.
Like sometimes like you got to. Like cause I called Judge on my first round opponent for the Grand Blue player because he did the thing where he put his PG and his discard fodder down at the same time. And so I asked Judge like, how are we calling this today? Like, because he put his discard card at the same time. He says, as long as it's known that you're discarding it, or if they declare that they're discarding it, it's going to count.
Just
because
it.
Right, because sometimes if you like PG, throw this thing down, do something else for Daikaiser skills and stuff like that. So I just wanted to make sure. So Nice could have called the guy on rule infractions. We could have ended up
the entire course of the game.
Yeah, we could have won the game on a technicality, and then Nice probably would have felt really scumbaggy about it. But what happened was we went to time. There was the improper shuffle call in,
which took forever.
Which took a long time because the head judge happened to be in the bathroom, and the judge we called had to appeal to the head judge because she wasn't too familiar on the ruling itself. And so we had to spend time waiting for him to come back. Got the rule, and by the time they came back, she said we'll give you a 4-minute time extension.
4 minutes? Wow.
Yeah, it felt longer than that for the whole judge thing to happen. And then Nice, I'm guessing, was so focused on what was happening that he didn't hear the judge say you have 4 minutes to go. So by the time his opponent passed turn and then it came back to him, he started going through his whole Refros loop. And so he did Refros like 4 or 5 times at this point, and then all of a sudden time was called, and Nice is like, I don't get my attack? Like, no, time's been called, and then we ended up taking a double loss for that. Wow. Had Nice started attacking at any point in time,
he would have lost. The guy would have lost because he was like, "Oh, I had 2 PGs." Looked like he would have swung rear guard, he would have swung Vanguard, he would have PG'd. Like, because
potentially check
like
the stand trigger.
They're tied for damage and time is called. You're not gonna take a damage,
right?
Yeah. So you're gonna PG the rear guard queen, you're gonna PG Vanguard queen, and think you're good. He's gonna get a stand trigger. You're gonna lose. You have nothing left.
Right. And then I think if you start attacking, I think you have to finish out your attacks that turn. But since he was still in the main phase doing all his stuff, he couldn't then transition. So,
Jonathan.
Really long story short,
no, what?
You.
we ended up becoming 3-1, which changed our course of the games itself. And Chops?
This is 3 or 4?
4.
4. I was stuck on 1. G assist, brick.
This
go.
is
G assist, brick. Go. This man's playing Kagero, by the way.
This is like I lose.
Not where I wanted to be. This dude.
Like I lose.
When I finally get to 3, I'm at 5. He has like a butt ton of him. He's like, you know what? I'm just gonna stop guarding. Like, I'm not about doing this. So I heal out randomly. And I'm like, okay, maybe I can push back. So I'll push him to 5. He takes Amnesty on the chin and heals out. I was like, well, my hand's dead. He goes into Naval. I was like, well, we're done. Gonna go sell my binder, guys. Sorry, Smart Georgia tried, fam.
We tried. It's fine. You ended up getting mad value.
Or you ended up breaking the bank.
You
literally.
did. Chops over here shut down the reseller. Took all their money. Savage.
Same.
Try to be. No, I had a pretty good experience, though, for my first team event I actually played.
Yeah.
Because, like, I've never played a team. I'm always too lazy.
Let's see. Round 5 for us. I don't remember my round 5 opponent right now.
I played against Sanctuary Guard.
Round 5. I gotta think on this one. You can keep talking.
I remember this match because I got happy that I crit him on the first turn, and then I forgot what I was playing against.
Benan.
Ride Vanguard, call Benan. I was like, oh my god, we lose. He then went into Regalier and completely forgot Regalier's skill. He was just like, swing for 13. I was like, what?
We live in.
It's not. I'm going to G-Guard this because I know it's bigger than that, and I have the G-Guard to go into Spaghetti anyway, so yeah, sure.
Was this the one where the dude got extra hype?
No,
Or that was
a match
later.
after that.
That was later, because, yeah. Oh, what did I face? Oh, this was the Kagero player.
Yeah, we got to play Kagero. We played 2 times.
Yeah, this was because this was one. Yeah, because we went back to the other side of the table, outside the top tables. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was the Kagero matchup.
Oh, I lied. I played Greek Clans. Forgot that Iran was not somebody with Madu, but that's not the match.
Because I think this is the one where Nice got smacked around by Victor and lost that round. Because this, yeah. Because in the match after that was
The most X dudes.
Yep. Okay, we good. We back on track. All right, I didn't want to cut you off unless you were all set.
But I was like, he was like, swing for 13. I was like, no, you have like a back row of triggers. That's bigger than 13. You're in Regalia. We're in a G-Guard.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to take it on the swing. You got no triggers. Skill on hit, lock. Ride, stride in the spaghetti. He's like, what does that do? Oh, you about to find out. You don't got a board.
Your board locked down for the rest of the game. You get 1 attack.
He was like, stride into this vanilla thing. I was like, nope, we PGN. Skill, soul blast 5, draw 5. Second spaghetti. You don't have a board. Swing, swing, swing. Go on the Saint Blow? PG. Go to it, sell it. Skill, lock. Dust blade, loop. Do this stuff. Power, 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 power. Dead.
Shake hands, walk away.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I faced Kagero, and all I remember was doing Miracle Ace stuff, and my opponent was like, my whole kingdom for Defeat Flare right now. I was like, if you had Defeat Flare, I would not be doing this right now. So take this 46 right now. GB3, 46.
So good. So good.
So good.
Insane.
That game. Oh, Defeat Flare. That's fine. Denial Griffin. That's the difficult one right there. But that's how a game went down basically. Normal Spark Brother things, Miracle Ace, we win in.
So good at quick explanation.
Yeah. Keeping it short and sweet.
Uh-huh.
I don't have very many stories. It's not like I banter with my opponent.
I do.
Well,
survive.
except for the Shadow dude, he was cool. And then the Chaos guy, he was cool. That was about it. Round 6. Round 6 was the most X guys.
Yep.
I faced
Grand Blue.
Yep, I faced Grand Blue. Oh, this is a game full of sack and joy. Mm-hmm. I think I went first. So he went first. I had first stride. On his grade 3 turn, I played a smart game 2 to pass. He double crit through my 2 to pass, took me from 2 to 5. And so on my following turn, I strode into Danfair Lily, used my search skill, called out Devil Watch. I went heal, blank, went back to 3, and then I survived his following turn. He forgot that he didn't stride yet when he tried to do one of his skills, and then couldn't use Cannon Guy to draw a card. I survived his stride turn, went into Miracle Ace, and ended up winning the game. Hey man,
It's just every explanation.
I got it.
I went through this journey. I took off my cape, revealed that I was a superhero. Took out my shotgun because I'm Shotgun Ace.
He has a Gatling gun.
Ace in the face and the mace.
Ace is the place where the helpful hardware goes.
What? Oh, whatever.
Yeah,
Commercials.
Anywho's
Advertisements.
No CL.
Oh yeah.
In the back of my mind, I'm like, this match is going to take forever. Stall out for days. Stupid Raphael. Heal trigger on top of Raphael. Oh my god, this match is going to take forever. First swing, crit. Second swing, draw. Striding in Badu, swing for 30. No guard. Crit boost. Game's over.
So good at sack fight.
Sorry, niggas died to my dude, GG.
And then Nice's game, I don't remember what happened with Nice's game. It didn't matter though. We had already won by that point. It didn't matter.
Don't just hit me in the third win. Like, oh yeah, I got it. So?
I already got food. What you doing?
Right?
And then round 7, which is often the bane of our existence. It's always like the last round. Always something bad happens in the last round. And in this case, for me, I was facing no CL, which I felt comfortable against. But my starting hand was like a 1, a 2, and 3 triggers. And then I never saw a 3. The only thing I did wrong was that I didn't use Mecha Trainer to search out Acrobat Verity, the stride enabler, just for the off chance that I drew or checked in the Rise of Nova, I could stride without having to pitch 2 cards. So I had a G assist for a 3, got the 3, then I had to pitch for stride with 2 cards. And then I triple triggered, but then at this point my hand was a grade 1 and like 5 triggers. And then he did his Refros loop with the 2 ponies, and then when I had to stride, I couldn't stride, and so at this time, I pretty much just gave up at this point, and I lost. And that's what knocked us out, more or less.
So I'm just sitting there, and I'm just like, all right, so they're fine. I need to focus on winning my match so the odds are in our favor better. So I'm playing against Alt Mile. And I'm just like, I know this matchup. Raph plays this match all the time. This match is great. Great. You stride first, you make a board, G-Guard spaghetti. Extra spaghetti, second helping. We got this.
This man said seconds.
He went ride, call, swing, no guard, no trigger, swing with Vanguard, no guard, stand trigger. And I was like, excuse me, hello?
A number of G's have fallen.
Went to 4 damage before I could ride Freeze Ray. Rode Freeze Ray to 1, got a heal. He misrode into the Brave Searcher, got a PG off of it. Strode got all the triggers on the known planet. I'm just like, okay, Freeze Ray don't do nothing. I need to go into Alter Ego. I need the spaghetti. He's like, what spaghetti do? Feed all the hungry children, but lock them for the cost.
That's cold-blooded.
Not wrong.
He's like, I need to draw all the cards. He was like, Saint Blow? And I was like, oh my god, he has 2 open spots. He got a crit. We gotta overguard this. Chill. Second spaghetti. Second helping. Eat all the spaghetti. Feed all the hungry children.
Feed all the children.
So he was like, bruh, I'm going for it. I'm going in a fighter collection stride.
Yo, bro, Clintus.
Bro.
Brave. I was like, oh god.
This guy got extra hype.
He got super hype. And he was just like, swing, stand trigger, all of that's over there. And I was like, is that it? Just a stand? I'm not like 4. Okay, we got this. Power, cause break. Power, cause of the stand. Power, because of all my skills. Power, because of this thing. Power, because of the stuff. 40k and some stuff. I'm just like, 1 damage, right? Okay, cool.
Right?
Chin. Alright.
Seems good.
Excelix, they got a crit? No!
And
To the pass. Draw trigger, all effects draw. Draw trigger, all effects draw.
that's right. Well, not that's right, but I remember an earlier game with the Kagro team when you got 2 to pass and then hit first check draw trigger, and then it was like all effects Vanguard. And I like.
I was so confused.
You was contemplating. I was like, if you don't go everything on the Vanguard, I was about to reach over there and smack you. But yeah, and then Nice faced Gear Chronicle.
And I looked at his damage.
He got
like,
bodied.
He's like, body cool. He got wrapped up.
Nope, gone.
Well then.
Yeah.
Well then.
And then the funny irony of the whole situation was that the entire game, Nice was going at rear guards to not give him the damage to do next stage. The one time he went rear guard into Vanguard,
he got triple crit.
his opponent took the hit, and then he PG'd to unflip to go back to 2 damage, and then went triple crit, which would have ended the game more likely. And then he went next stage and lost. So that put us at 5-2 or 5-1-1 technically. Like, imagine if we had that tie. Like, we would have had 16 points, which would have put us in like the top tables, along with the team that played us potentially, as opposed to being down there in the doldrums of 15-point lads.
Oh well, we don't know that part yet.
They do now.
Wow, way to ruin everything.
What do you mean?
So what ends up happening is that the guy comes up to us And he's like, well, how is this your first or second loss? And I was like, technically, it's our second loss. He's like, well, unfortunately, our tournament. So we get up and we're talking
sadness,
squads,
walking
we're sad
away
or whatever. So they post up round 8, and I'm just in the cut. I was like, round 8 don't mean nothing. We lost 2 times.
And I took a look at it, and I was like, team, we are in. Like, our team number is here. Like, let's go sit down. Like, yeah, like, hustle back down to the front table to go sit down, because the venue for New York is, like, a really pretty decent size. So to walk down there took like 30 seconds or something like that to get situated. So we sit down, round starts, nobody's in front of us. Right. So we were like, all right, well, cool, we'll wait. Like, Judge said you got 3 minutes for them to show.
I was like, 3 minutes right now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to win.
Because we were bubbling, and we thought that if we won this one, we had a chance of getting in. And so we sat there, time came, we took our win, signed the little sheet thing, and gave it to the judge, and then we waited for the time to be called. Watched around, saw another Spark Brothers player. I was proud. He watched my videos. Oh. Shout outs. I never got his name either, so that was my bad on that. But you know who you are.
Wow.
Hey, you with the face. I like that.
Same. And so we got to the end of round 8. We're now 6-2, and they called for top 8, and our name wasn't called. And then Nice stormed off into the distance. I wonder if he was salty because he felt he was responsible with the way that one round played out.
I feel like because we won that match, like we had a good chance of going in. Mm-hmm. But then when they were calling the numbers, I was like, didn't they just say that there were 14 X1s before this round?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, I didn't think we were gonna make it because they said as of this round there was 14 X1s and then everybody else was undefeated. And so even if those undefeateds lost, there would still be too many X1s and not enough X2s for us to bump in and take into the top 8 spot.
15th place not bad.
No, we ended up getting 15th place. And like, this is the 3rd year in a row that the team that I was on had some kind of unfortunate incident in the last 2 rounds to take us.
Cursed.
Right?
Team cursed.
Wow.
I'm joking.
Wow. And so we had some unfortunate happening, usually centered around misriding, that took us from being in contention to make it into being out of the tournament. And so individual record, I went 6-2, and those 2 losses came for having to G-assist at 3, either whiffing it or getting it.
7-1, boys.
And your loss came from G-assisting, I believe, too.
I hate G-assist.
G-assist is rough, man.
Or as opposed to not G-assisting.
Like, people, like, G-assist isn't a solution to not riding, in my opinion. Because people's like, oh, it's a -1. It's like,
it's not a -1.
In terms of total cards, it's a -1. But the fact you had to give up 2 cards you wanted to keep to go into this random damage check is a big loss. Because sometimes you have to give up an important piece to your strategy. We have to give up 2 triggers or a trigger and a piece to your strategy to get this random check, which hopefully is comparable or better. And even then, you're still -1 from hand for it.
You know what they should make? They should make a Crate Elemental, grade 1, 7K, GB1, bind this card. If you have a card in your bind zone that you G-assisted, add it to hand.
You mean remove from game? Because they're not bound.
Oh, yeah.
RG'd.
Bind it, grab a card from remove from play zone, add it to hand.
That's kind of fair.
Yeah.
And then flip, and then put the G guard, or put the 1 card from remove in your G zone back.
Yeah.
So you pretty much return 1 card from the G assist, 2 cards, 1 normal unit, or 1 normal main deck card, 1
it's just like all the other Crate Elementals. It's too situational where you rely on it to main deck it. Mm-hmm. But it still does enough. So if you wanted to main deck it, in the situations that it would come up, it would do something.
Or what they made a Crate Stride.
Oh, God.
That said, when you stride, if you have cards and you're removed from game zone, do something similar. Either add 1 to the hand or...
Broken.
How?
Broken.
If you add 1, not both.
Broken.
How?
Because you'd have no reason not to play it. It'd be just like Seabreeze.
Exactly. Yeah. But then it helps you take the punish away from having to G-assist. Slight, because you still lose 1 card, but you still have to give up 2 to G-assist. So you can give up, say, like this grade 2 you don't
but
need.
Chill, you can G-assist with the PG that lets you draw and then get it back.
Yeah, okay. Only saw Nice and Terrell use that card. And I think Jose used it 1 time before. This went longer than I thought.
See.
So, you want to rant and then
Hey,
sign
rant.
off? Alright, so you got 5 minutes from when this hits. And go.
I'm not hype about Loris.
You don't even know the full skill text.
We know what the majority of it is. I will say, though, that I'm hype about Clan Booster going from, oh my god, I wish I didn't buy a case of this nonsense, to what this card do, to oh my god, Net Stage clone, to we made it. Even though the end result of Loris being really awkwardly costed in what she has to do to get what she does is really, really, really awkward. I'm mad, in a sense, because all the V2s, in most cases, are splashable in the clans that they're played in. And because she has that your entire board has to be in harmony nonsense, you can't play it in anything else besides a deck that's committed to Loris and what she does. So, in the sense that Harmony kind of needed something after Olivia to have some sort of pressure, it's good. But the fact that all the other decks that aren't like subclass, like Pacifica and Duos and Prisms, will have like pulled out G-Zone so they wouldn't have Big Squirt anyway, can't really do that. They will still have that, I can Olivia twice and then after that I can't do anything else kind of an issue. The Clan Booster, by itself, just from that last week of reveals alone is worth. Like, before it was like, oh man, we got a double rare, what do? Buns. Triple rare, what do? Even worse. Oh man, we got a Harmony PG, what, you have to pitch a card? Not worth. Like, just like, down the road, it's like, bruh, like, whole Pojo form, like, yo, this is high rarity, Friday, we gonna get something good. What do? Nothing. Oh man, Sunday, same thing. What is a Setia? Not worth. Also, I'm gonna talk about how all the Harmony cards that are rare and lower are all absolutely unplayable and bad. This is like based on like text alone. All they had to do was like change like one line of text on like 3 cards. Deck would have been broken, absolutely broken.
Maybe they knew that.
There's like, oh man, well when this card is bounced, you reveal your hand and your front row get plus OK for every Harmony unit. And I'm just like, that's godlike, because you just spam the bounce. What do you mean you can only use it on your turn? Why would you give me a G-Guard that bounces a card, but then make this card only available to me on my turn? What is so bad about being able to bounce this one specific card to my hand, use it for the G-Guard skill, get an additional 5k on my G-Guardian, reveal my hand, and be like, well, I got this PG, and I got this PG, and I got this Great Green, I got this Great Green, I got this PG, front row get a permanent +6 to the end of the turn. Not gonna that bad.
No, not considering we got Angel stuff.
Nope, only your turn. Nope, cost is an 8k. Nope, cost a Soul Blast. Like, what? Like, come on. And then you got the stupid quote-unquote Broken Heart clone, which is a million times worse when this card is bounced on your turn. Give +2 to 2 dudes. Why is it a 6k? And why is it only on my turn? Also, Bushiroad, I don't like y'all. What you mean the card that you call for the G-Guard skill is a normal call? Y'all done did that word that I can't say on the podcast. Y'all done messed up. I don't like y'all. Y'all just made that G-Guard from absolutely godlike to completely worthless in one ruling text.
Because Diablo?
Because Diablo is still a thing.
Yes.
So, I'm a neg myself a unit off the board to guard for 26. Thanks, Bushiroad. Thank you. Also, PG's butt is so bad. Why is it a double rare? Make it a rare. You got all these good ones that are rares. They're just like, nope, we need an excuse to put a little girl in a dress. It's a double rare. You're going to buy this case. You're going to pull like 80k of them.
80k.
Ruin your whole case. Also, wetness piece. If there's really one per case, I'm breaking down your door. I'm not spending 700 plus on the stupid case to get one card that's prettier than the rest of the cards. Don't you GG me. Fishies.
Is how you gonna end it?
Fishies.
Before we sign off, I would like to put out a plea to Bushiroad
Oh, whisper long.
to make when Spike support come around.
Give them SPs.
Well, that I'm sure it's gonna be the SP pack, especially if it's like a tech booster type thing.
Nope, don't give Spikes
Adelaide
nothing.
SP incoming, boy.
With a dress.
No,
With a thong
I
song.
just want to throw out my idea for a future Spike Brothers G Guardian.
Bigger Adelaide.
No, I just wanted to say
Make it Adelaide and put her in a wedding dress. And have the player test be proof you knew this was coming.
all right, fine. If it does this, I will take that. I wanted to say it could be SGR because that's when they put out the dumb stuff.
Ew.
Yeah,
With SGR ogre.
I
Booty.
want to say auto put a card from my hand into the soul. When this unit is placed on Guardian Circle,
And you have a Jessica Hart.
no. Search your deck for a charge unit. Call to an open rearguard circle at rest, attacking one of your opponent's standing rearguards.
So you wanted to come in
What?
combat. Are you insane?
Because I like the idea of Dove coming out as a defensive tackle into an open circle and then hitting one of your opponent's units in the front row to stop that attack
So
before it
basically
happens.
what you're saying is
I want my own
intercept
version of
hard.
Defeat Flare.
for the cost of one card out of your hand.
Two, because I need the G guard with it.
You know what I
You know
mean.
what I mean?
So for the cost of one card out of your hand outside of the cost of your G Guardian,
Uh-huh.
you want a card to basically say, even if I don't have enough guard to stop how big your swing could be, I have this alternate thing
That can smack your rear.
to smack rear.
And your opponent can guard it. They can use the guard to protect that unit if they
They're
choose to.
swinging at you. They're not gonna
No,
guard.
no. So say their rear guard is attacking me. I use this G Guardian. I'll call out, say, Dope as 21k because charge, because the way charge is worded, it says on the turn that it comes out through a skill, it has this text to the end of the turn. Attack their other unit that hasn't attacked me yet, assuming they have an extra rear guard to attack with.
Uh-huh.
They attack that. He attacks that for 21. They can choose to guard it if they want to, or they lose that unit to attack with.
But they're swinging.
No, they're so full field.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They attack with Vanguard. They do all the stuff and things.
Okay.
They attack with the other rear guard.
Okay.
That one's at rest now.
Mm-hmm.
I call out Dope, attack the one that's standing. They can't then attack with it because unless they choose to guard it.
No, I mean they're still swinging.
Like
So
sideways.
you're G guarding their swing.
Right. So
Your G guard essentially says that that card that you call is swinging while they are swinging.
So the G guard protects from that one swing. Dope takes out the other swing.
You are the wrong clan to get that type of kill.
Not really, because-
mid-combat, reverse combat.
It kind of is combat, but it's in thematics of football in terms of defensive tackle, stopping the opposing play from doing.
They don't care. You read
Hey.
Spike lore?
I don't
Hey,
give a single fuck about you.
hey,
Actually, have you read Great Nature lore? Because they go to Spikes.
they do. That's how.
Field Trip Boys.
That's where
I don't
Catball
understand.
player came from.
You don't even like Catball Player.
I do. He's
You
not in
own
the
a
deck.
dog.
I like cats.
Cat ball.
Catball.
I'm sorry, I really like seeing
But
cat ball.
so they get.
All right, you can get that.
So they get 2 attacks guaranteed if they have a full board, and then Dove can stop the last one unless they use 15k to guard it.
They might.
I got you. You can have that if I get this.
Oh no, is this
What?
the Messiah thing?
No.
Okay,
It should be.
I want a G Guardian. For lore specifically,
Loris. Okay.
that says when my opponent's Vanguard attacks, if I have a Loris Vanguard, bounce a card, draw a card, call a card from the top of the deck plus 10.
Lord God.
If it's the same name as a card in my hand that I can reveal.
Or
What bonus would just to protect it from being attacked once you call it back out?
No.
So you bounce a card,
I'll bounce a card.
draw a
I'll
card.
draw a card.
So you essentially +2 your hand, and then call out a random card, and it gets plus 10,000 power.
No. I would reveal the top card of my deck.
Okay.
If that card name is the same card as the card in my hand, I can send that card to the guard circle plus 10 shield.
That's kind of fair. If I can get my G Guardian, I'll allow that G Guardian to happen.
I can jump cut it.
can I get things?
No.
What do you mean no? Both
You
of
don't.
niggas
You don't
need
make
cards.
balanced cards.
You already know Link Joker is about to come out with their own version of Defeat Flare, or not
Can
Defeat,
I
but the
get-
Now Griffin that says
Alright, I
lock,
got you.
lock the swing.
I want Counterblast 2. When your opponent's Vanguard attacks Messiah Vanguard, Counterblast 2, lock all fighters' rear guards.
Oh.
Wait, whoa.
No.
Whoa.
You know why this can't happen?
Why?
Because of Sacrifice Messiah.
Why?
Because you can still get the counter charges off of it, can't you?
No.
What? Is it like non-simultaneous
Because
things?
that's right. Because of you can't interrupt the skill resolving.
It's still gross, Cliff.
It's
Still,
not even that bad. It
No,
will also
I
work
won't-
for Starvader.
That's fine. You know what I want?
because you know what's gonna say? Unlock your board, Soul Blast 5, draw 5, going into your turn.
Only for the people that bought trial decks. Hello.
Going into
Yeah,
going to
try it.
Excelix, stay in the team, get a crit. They all get plus power.
Oh no.
All for one card out of hand.
2 Counterblasts.
So
That's a lot.
not like you're aching for that.
I'm sorry. It's not the Nile Griffin. Counterblast 1 of the 4 cards that I countercharged with Conroe. Because I'm so good and I restood and I'm so good.
Yes.
That should not have been a thing.
Tokens.
All right. So now we're done creating cards.
All right.
We all
create a
set?
card.
I mean,
Oh, do you want to create a card?
It would just be a Starvader. It would just be a bigger.
it'd be a
Chaos Breaker.
Starvader crit. And it would be like Generation Break 1, Counterblast 1. When you dry check this card, if you have a Chaos Breaker Vanguard, double the effects of this card until end of turn.
Stop it. No, like if I made a card. Actually, if I made a card, I got you. It'd be a G guard. If you have a Chaos Breaker, Heart, Vanguard, Soul, Sandwich, whatever.
I'm sorry, you have Chaos Breaker and Soul. I am playing Hybrid.
If you are on Chaos Breaker and your opponent has a locked card,
Okay.
lock a column.
What? Not a column.
Column.
A card.
In the back row.
Lock 2 back row cards.
So you're a G Guardian version of
G Guardian, Chaos Specific,
Nebula Lord.
And then get power for every lock card.
Whoa! I'm not asking for that. I just want to lock back row down.
No. Here, actually,
Also, is it bad that I like the idea that there were like units that were a thing beforehand but aren't now are G Guardians, but they didn't do that for every clan?
yeah.
How like Ichibi Yoshi is the G Guardian for OTT, but
then-
for like Tachikaze they were like some random dude.
Yeah.
It's like for Spikes with Aerie. Like, who was Aerie? Where'd she come from?
Crowd favorite.
Is she card favorite?
I know. I never read her lore yet. I need to.
It's bad when Cliff read more lore than you watch your own film.
Not really.
Read your lore.
Read your lore.
Yeah. Where's
The Joker lore?
Where's Maelstrom's lore?
It exists.
Now it does?
Yeah.
Finally.
He's a sinner.
Oh.
I believe it. All right, guys. We're gonna sign off.
He's like, I killed everybody. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry.
Hope you guys enjoy. Look out for the previous videos we put up. We got deck profiles. I'm waiting for Nice to get in contact with me so he can make his for Angels.
And Hearthstone.
No Hearthstone. Not on this channel.
You just lost a million things.
For real.
I like Hearthstone, but I don't want to record any and put it up. So, until next time, guys. Peace. Be easy.
Boy.
Bye.